All right, so today we're going to be talking about why the Bitcoin halving will be the start of the next bull market. And the next Bitcoin halving is actually happening pretty soon. So if you look at it over here, the next Bitcoin halving says it'll be starting April 16th, 2024. Today we're going to be talking about why this is going to be so good and about what happened during the previous Bitcoin halvings. So definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you want me to go over next. But let's talk about this. Now, the Bitcoin halving clock. This is pretty good. In 210 days, we will have the next Bitcoin halving. It'll be 2024. The estimated time will be April 16th, 2024. Some people estimate April 24th, 2024. Some people estimate April 26th, 2024. But ultimately, it's going to be happening mid April of next year in 2024. So, that is all good and nice and dandy. So the blocks until the halving is 31,540. Now we're going to be talking about what the Bitcoin halving is first. So what the Bitcoin halving is. So new Bitcoins are issued by the Bitcoin network every single 10 minutes. So every single 10 minutes, we're getting new Bitcoins pretty much made and put into the network every single 10 minutes. So the first 4 years of Bitcoin's existence, the amount of new Bitcoins issued every 10 minutes was 50, which is a lot of money and a lot of Bitcoins. Now, every 4 years, this number is then cut in half. So after the 50, it was then cut in half to what? 25, and then it kept going down from there. Yeah, the day the amount halves is called a halving, and that's what we got the Bitcoin halving name from. Now, in the 2012 halving, which is the first, the amount of new Bitcoins was issued every 10 minutes. It drops to 50 Bitcoins all the way down to 25. So it dropped by half. Now, in 2016, it then dropped in half again from 25 Bitcoin to 12.5. And then now the most recent one, it's going to be dropped in half again. Or, well, the most recent one was 2020, which went from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoin per block. Now we're having the 2024 halving. The reward will now be dropping from $6.25 per block down to $3. Well, not even dollars, but 6.25 Bitcoin per block to 3.125 Bitcoin per block inside of 2024. That's pretty much what's going to be happening now. So that's a huge difference. Like, I really wish I would have got back into Bitcoin back in 2012. Oh my gosh, I really wish I would have just got into there, because before it started dropping in half, 50 Bitcoins. Like, come on, like I wish I would have been mining Bitcoin back then. But anyways, we can't look inside of the past all the time. But what is the significance of the Bitcoin blocks? So before we even go over that, let's look at what's been happening previously here. So previously, 2012 halving, the 2012 halving was the first halving and happened on November 28th of 2012. The halving block was mined by slush pool by someone using a Radeon HD 5800 miner. So the new Bitcoin per block before was $50, and then it went down to $25, or 50 Bitcoin and went down to 25 Bitcoin. See, I'm stuck in dollars here. But the price on a halving day was $12.35. And then price 150 days after was $127 because it was harder to mine Bitcoin. This is the significance here. Then if you look at 2016, the 2016 halving was Bitcoin's second halving and occurred on July 9th of 2016. Now, new Bitcoins per block before then was 25 Bitcoins per block. Now, new Bitcoins per block after was only 12.5 Bitcoin per block. This one was a little bit different, whereas the price on halving day was $650. But then 150 days after, it wasn't much higher, but it still was higher at $758. So far we're seeing the constant theme of it always increasing 150 days afterwards. That's why it's so important for this Bitcoin halving. Now, the 2020 halving. The 2020 halving was the third halving, which occurred on May 11th of 2020. New Bitcoins per block were before 12.5 Bitcoins per block. And then new Bitcoins per block after was 6.25 Bitcoins per block. Now, the price on the halving day was $8,821. And then the price 150 days later was then $10,943. So you can see it increased by more than $2,000. Now, this is huge. This is very, very big, because now we are going to be going down to 3.125 Bitcoin. So the current Bitcoin block subsidy is 6.25 Bitcoins per block. And when the block 843,000 is reached in 2024 in April, the subsidy will drop to 3.125 Bitcoins per block. So this is huge. This is very, very big. Now, when will all 21 million Bitcoins be mined? They will be mined by 2140, but more than 98% will be mined by 2030. So that's a huge statement there. So that's why Bitcoin's a long-term play here. By 2140, like none of us will be alive by then. None of us watching this video currently will be alive by 2140 unless they create some type of thing where we can just live forever or live for an extended amount of time. I don't know, something crazy, some crazy utopia, right? But let's move on from that and keep reading what we were reading before. So, what is the significance of the Bitcoin block halving? Now, the halving decreases the amount of new Bitcoins generated per block, like we just now seen. And pretty much what this does is it lowers the supply of new Bitcoins coming in, and then it makes the buying more expensive for the current Bitcoins. So, it's a supply and demand thing here. So, in normal markets, lower supply with steady demand usually leads to higher prices. Since the halving reduces the supply of new Bitcoins and demand usually remains steady, the halving usually preceded some of Bitcoin's largest runs. So that's pretty much what happens. And this is how Bitcoin has been pumping. Like it's been doing this because of what's been happening. Like let's bring this to a larger screen here. Just look at what we have here. So this is a very, very, very important chart right here. And you can see the first Bitcoin halving here. We just had a huge increase coming after. The next Bitcoin halving, huge increase comes after. The next one, huge increase comes after. And now what you're about to see is the same thing. Another huge increase coming after the Bitcoin halving. So we've been doing this for a while and it's been doing very, very great for us. Now, let's keep going on with this. So the price has jumped significantly after each halving. So this is the Bitcoin halving chart. And the image below, you can see Bitcoin's inflation rate during each period. So we'll go ahead and enlarge this for you. So you can, as you can see here, you have the Bitcoins right here as the blue line, right? And then over here, you have the monetary inflation, which is the orange line. As you can see, as inflation pretty much goes on here, we see Bitcoin's price going all the way up as you see the inflation for the Bitcoins going down, 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 down. So this is how Bitcoin has been growing. So it's deflationary. So this is why Bitcoin is so significant. This is why people are looking at it like, wow, this is like the pinnacle of everything here. So yeah, we have extremely large numbers of Bitcoin out now. And as you know, with Bitcoin, only 21 million can ever be mined. By 2030, about 98%, well, over 98% will then be mined by 2030. And then it'll be fully mined by 2140. That's what is predicted to be fully mined by. So that's pretty good. This is huge because the halving is coming up very, very soon. That's what I'm saying. Like it's probably good to start, increasing your bags here with Bitcoin. And yeah, and this is why their estimate here is so accurate. Most of the other halving date estimators use 10-minute blocks to calculate the estimated halving date. Blocks, however, have been mined at less than 10-minute intervals for almost all of Bitcoin's history. They said their calculator uses live blockchain data to get the average block time for the past 2 months. We then use this block time, currently 9.367 minutes between blocks, to estimate the halving date. While most of the other sites estimate the halving for late May, the more likely outcome is an early May reward halving. So yeah, some people are saying late May, some people are saying late April, but April to May is going to be around there, right? And it's just because some people mine Bitcoin at higher rates. Some people slow down, they stop mining for a little bit. Some people's mining machines take a dump on them and they have to get new ones. It just depends on how fast the miners are mining and how efficiently they're mining. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So estimating that by April 16th, 2024 currently. So that's what we got estimated. Now, this is crazy because if you look at the Bitcoin price, we're at 27.1K here inside of Bitcoin, which is a very good price. And I've been talking about a technical analysis here in Bitcoin, mentioning how we might be dropping back down to 15K before the halving. And then when the halving starts, then we can start to increase from there. That's pretty much what I'm predicting here. But I'll do a full technical analysis on that in a different video. I don't want this one to get too long. This one's just explaining that Bitcoin halving and the significance of the halving. But yeah, let me know what you guys think here, because Bitcoin's pretty cheap right now, 27.1K. Even if we go down to 15K, anything below 30K is a good buy. And that's why you got a dollar cost average. That's the best way to do it. But like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor at all. Do what you want, but hey, take it how you want it. Now, the prediction for some people is by 2025, we get to 6.1 trillion inside of like complete crypto market cap. And you already know most of that market cap will be by Bitcoin. So this is huge, because by 2025, if we can get to some type of market cap of, like, they're saying the crypto market cap overall will be like 6.6 trillion. Like, that's what people are saying. And then you got some people saying like Bitcoin reaching 100K, 150K by 2025. So that's also possible. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.